Chapter 8. Welcome to Chapter 8. In this chapter we will focus on how to improve your English speaking skills. Speaking is one of the most important parts of learning English because it helps you communicate clearly. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Let's look at some simple and effective ways to improve your speaking. The first tip is to practice speaking every day. You don't need to speak for a long time, just practice for a few minutes each day. You can talk to yourself, practice sentences, or even repeat what you hear in English. The more you practice, the better you will get. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. The important thing is to keep trying. When you make a mistake, learn from it and keep speaking. The more you speak, the less afraid you will be of making mistakes. It's also helpful to practice speaking with others. Find a language partner or a friend who speaks English. Speaking with someone else helps you practice real conversations. You can ask them to correct you when you make mistakes, and they can help you improve. If you don't have a friend to speak with, you can join language groups online or use language exchange apps. Another good tip is to talk about things you enjoy. If you love reading books, talk about your favorite books. If you enjoy sports, talk about your favorite games or players. Talking about things you like will make speaking more fun and interesting. This will also help you learn new vocabulary related to topics you enjoy. When you practice speaking, try to speak slowly and clearly. Don't worry about speaking quickly. Speaking slowly will help you say the words correctly. As you get better, you can try to speak a little faster, but don't rush. Take your time to form your sentences clearly. A great way to improve your speaking is by repeating what you hear. For example, when you watch a video or listen to a podcast, pause the video and repeat what the speaker says. Try to copy their pronunciation and rhythm. This is called shadowing, and it helps you improve both your speaking and listening skills. It will also help you sound more natural when speaking. You can also use a mirror to practice speaking. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself in English. This will help you see how your mouth moves when you speak. It also helps you practice speaking without feeling nervous or shy. Practice speaking in front of the mirror every day to build confidence. Another helpful tip is to learn common phrases and expressions. When you know common phrases, it's easier to speak in conversations. For example, phrases like "How are you?" or "What do you like to do?" are useful in everyday conversations. Learn these phrases and practice using them in your speaking. Practice listening to English conversations is also helpful for speaking. When you listen, pay attention to how people speak. Notice how they form their sentences, use different tones, and express their ideas. Try to copy their style of speaking. You can listen to podcasts, watch videos, or listen to songs in English. This will help you learn how to speak naturally. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you don't understand something. If you don't know how to say something, ask someone for help. You can ask how to pronounce a word or how to use a phrase. Most people are happy to help, and this will help you learn faster. It's important to practice pronunciation. If you pronounce words incorrectly, it can be hard for others to understand you. Use apps or websites that help with pronunciation. You can also listen to native speakers and repeat what they say. Pay attention to how they pronounce vowels and consonants and try to copy their pronunciation. Another tip is to focus on intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak. It makes your speaking sound more natural. For example, when asking a question, your voice usually rises at the end of the sentence. Practice speaking with the correct intonation by listening to English speakers and copying their patterns to improve your fluency. Practice thinking in English. When you think in English, it becomes easier to speak quickly and naturally. Start by thinking about simple things like what you will have for lunch or what you did today. As you get better, try thinking about more complex ideas. Thinking in English helps you improve your speaking speed and fluency. Another fun way to practice speaking is by playing games. You can play word games, role-playing games, or language learning apps that focus on speaking. These games help you practice speaking in a fun and relaxed way. They also help you learn new words and phrases that you can use in conversations. If you're nervous about speaking, start with short sentences. You don't need to speak in long, complicated sentences at first. Start by speaking in simple sentences like I like coffee or my name is your name. As you gain confidence, you can try speaking longer sentences. A great way to improve speaking is by recording yourself. Use your phone or a computer to record your speaking, then listen to the recording and notice any mistakes or areas where you can improve. This will help you hear how you sound and make adjustments. Finally, be patient with yourself. Learning to speak English takes time. You won't be perfect right away, and that's okay. Keep practicing every day and you will get better. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to your goal. In conclusion, improving your English speaking skills is all about practice and confidence. Speak every day, use simple sentences, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Practice with others, listen to English, and use apps to help you record yourself and review your progress. The more you speak, the better you will become. Keep practicing and soon you will speak English with confidence. Chapter. Welcome to Chapter 9. In this chapter we will focus on how to improve your English reading skills. Reading is an important part of learning English because it helps you understand new words and sentence structures. The better your reading skills, the easier it will be to understand English books, articles, and even conversations. Let's look at some easy and fun ways to improve your reading skills. The first tip is to read every day. Reading every day will help you get used to seeing and understanding English words. You don't have to read for a long time, just read a little bit each day. You can read books, stories, articles, or even websites. The more you read, the better your reading skills will become. Start with simple books or stories. If you are a beginner, choose books with easy words and short sentences. You can also choose books with pictures. Pictures will help you understand the story better. As you get better, you can start reading more difficult books, but remember, always start with something simple and enjoyable. Another good way to improve your reading is to read things that interest you. If you like sports, try reading articles about your favorite sport. If you like animals, read books or stories about animals. When you read about things you enjoy, reading will feel more fun. It will also help you learn vocabulary related to your interests. When you read, try to understand the main idea first. Don't worry too much about every word. It's more important to understand the main message of the text. For example, if you read a story, focus on what is happening in the story. What is the problem? How is it solved? Understanding the main idea will help you enjoy reading and improve your skills. If you don't understand a word, try to guess its meaning from the context. Look at the other words around it and try to figure out what the word means. For example, if you read a sentence like the cat jumped onto the high shelf and you don't know what shelf means, look at the other Words you can guess that a shelf is something that the cat can jump onto. This will help you improve your vocabulary and understanding. You can also use a dictionary to find the meaning of unknown words. When you find a word you don't know, look it up in the dictionary. Try to understand the meaning and pronunciation of the word. You can also write the word down and practice using it in sentences. The more you learn new words, the better your reading skills will be. Another great way to improve your reading is to read out loud. When you read out loud, you practice your pronunciation and improve your speaking skills too. It also helps you focus on the words and sentences. If you don't know how to pronounce a word, say it slowly and try to repeat it until you feel comfortable. Reading out loud will help you read more smoothly and with confidence. You can also read in English with others. Find a friend or language partner who wants to practice reading too. You can read together and discuss what you understand. If you don't understand something, ask your partner for help. Reading with someone else can make it easier and more fun to improve your reading speed. Try reading without stopping to look up every word. If you keep stopping to find the meaning of every word, it will slow you down. Instead, try to understand the main idea first and read more quickly. Over time, your reading speed will improve and you will be able to read more in less time. Another good tip is to set a reading goal. For example, you can set a goal to read one chapter of a book every day or read for 15 minutes each day. Setting a goal will help you stay focused and keep improving. As you reach your reading goals, you will see progress and that will motivate you to keep going. You can also use audiobooks. Audiobooks are great because they help you improve both your listening and reading skills. You can listen to the audiobook while following along with the text. This will help you hear how the words are pronounced and improve your reading comprehension. You can find many audiobooks online for free or on apps. Reading also helps you learn how to use new words in sentences. When you read, pay attention to how sentences are formed. Notice how the writer uses words, phrases, and punctuation. You can learn new ways to express ideas and improve your writing skills too. When you read, try to read for meaning, not just for the words. It's important to understand the message the writer is trying to convey. Ask yourself questions like, what is the main idea of this paragraph, or what is the story about? This will help you become a better reader and help you understand English better. You can also practice reading comprehension by doing exercises. Many websites and apps offer reading comprehension tests. These tests have short texts followed by questions to check your understanding. Doing these exercises will help you improve your reading skills and test your knowledge. One fun way to improve your reading is by reading comics or graphic novels. Comics have pictures and simple sentences, so they are easy to understand. They are also fun to read. Comics can help you learn new vocabulary and understand how English sentences are used in everyday conversations. Another way to practice reading is by reading short stories. Short stories are great because they are not too long and they often have interesting plots. After you finish a short story, you can summarize what you read and discuss it with someone else. This will help you understand the story better and improve your reading comprehension. Finally, be patient with yourself. Learning to read in English takes time. Don't be discouraged if you don't understand everything right away. Keep reading every day and you will get better. Remember, every little step you take will help you improve your reading skills. In conclusion, improving your English reading skills is all about practice and patience. Read every day, choose interesting books, and don't worry about understanding every word. Use a dictionary, read out loud, and practice reading with others. Set reading goals and try different types of reading material like comics and audiobooks. The more you read, the better your skills will become. Keep practicing and soon you will be a confident reader in English. Chapter 10. Welcome to Chapter 10. In this chapter we will focus on how to improve your English speaking skills. Speaking is an important part of learning any language. It helps you communicate with others and use the words you've learned. Let's go through some easy and fun ways to improve your speaking skills. First, try to speak in English every day. Even if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can practice speaking by yourself. For example, you can talk about your day, what you like to do, or your plans for the future. Speaking every day will help you become more comfortable with the language. If you can try to find someone to practice speaking with. It could be a friend, a family member, or even someone you meet online. Talking to others will help you practice real conversations and improve your confidence. Don't worry about making mistakes. It's a part of learning. When you practice speaking, try to speak slowly and clearly. This will help you pronounce words correctly. Don't rush to speak fast. It's more important to be clear and understood. As you get better, you can start speaking faster, but always focus on clarity first. You can also listen to native English speakers. Listening to how they speak will help you understand the rhythm and tone of English. Pay attention to how they pronounce words, how they form sentences, and how they use intonation, the rise and fall of the voice. You can listen to English podcasts, watch movies, or follow YouTube channels in English. Another good way to practice speaking is by repeating sentences you hear. For example, if you hear a sentence in an English movie or podcast, pause and try to repeat it out loud. This is called shadowing. Shadowing will help you improve your pronunciation and make your speaking sound more natural. You can also record yourself speaking. This is a great way to hear how you sound and check your pronunciation. Listen to the recording and think about how you can improve. Maybe you need to speak more clearly, or you could try using new words. Record in yourself will help you notice areas where you can improve. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. What's important is that you keep trying and learning from your mistakes. If you say something wrong, just correct it and move on. Over time, you will get better and more confident. Try to learn new words every day and use them in your speaking practice. The more words you know, the easier it will be to express yourself. Start with common words and phrases, and as you improve, you can learn more advanced vocabulary. Try to use new words in conversations to help you remember them. You can also practice asking and answering questions in English. This is important because in real-life conversations you will often need to ask questions. Practice asking about people's names, hobbies, or plans. Also practice answering questions about yourself. This will help you feel more confident when speaking in English. Another great way to improve speaking is to think in English. At first this might be hard, but try to start thinking about simple things in English. For example, when you see something, think about it in English. When you are planning your day, think about it in English. The more you think in English, the more natural it will feel to speak in English. You can also join English speaking groups or clubs. Many online platforms offer groups where people practice speaking English together. Joining one of these groups will give you more opportunities to speak and interact with others in English. The more you speak, the better you will get. If you're nervous about speaking, take it slow. Start with small conversations and build your way up. You don't need to speak perfectly. The goal is to communicate and practice. Over time, you will become more confident and fluent. Try to use English in your daily life. Label things in your house with their English names. Try to read signs, menus, and labels in English. The more you see and use English, the easier it will be to speak it. Another fun way to practice speaking is by playing games. There are many word games, quizzes, and apps that focus on English speaking. You can practice speaking with a game, making it feel like less work and more fun. It's a good way to keep practicing without feeling bored. As you practice speaking, try to make your sentences a little longer. Start with short sentences and then add more details. For example, instead of saying I like pizza, you can say I like pizza because it tastes delicious and I eat it every weekend. Making your sentences longer will help you improve your speaking skills. You can also practice describing things in English. For example, describe what you see around you, what you are doing, or how you feel. This helps you get comfortable with using English to talk about different topics. Don't be afraid to use simple sentences. You don't need to speak with perfect grammar to be understood. Use the words and sentences you know. The more you practice, the more words and grammar you will learn. Also, try to be patient with yourself. Learning to speak a new language takes time, and it's okay if it takes a while. Celebrate the progress you make, even if it's small. Every step forward is a step closer to fluency. Finally, stay motivated. Keep reminding yourself why you want to learn English, whether it's for travel, work, or just to communicate with people. Keeping your goals in mind will help you stay motivated to practice speaking every day. In conclusion, improving your English speaking skills is all about practice and confidence. Speak every day, listen to native speakers, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Record yourself, learn new words, and practice speaking in different situations. The more you practice, the more fluent you will become. Keep going, and soon you will be speaking English confidently.